For nearly a century, the stars had been quiet. Humanity had spread across 12 systems, built thriving colonies on barren moons, and terraformed dead worlds into living oases. The war machines of old, those towering behemoths of metal and flame forged during Earth's bloodiest era of galactic resistance, were locked away, deactivated, and buried deep beneath the soil. Peace, they had said. It was time to build, not destroy. But peace never lasts, not in the galaxy. It started with static on the long-range comms from Varellus Prime. Then silence. The next day, the same blackout came from Salas Reach. Within a week, for Colonies had gone dark. Surveillance drones sent later showed the brutal truth. Orbital bombardments, scorched cities, craters glowing with radiation, and no survivors. The attackers called themselves the Threx Dominion, a cold-blooded alliance of insectoid empires and machine cults who believed humanity had become soft. They declared Earth's colonies as illegitimate infestations and began their purge. They thought they were catching humans unprepared. They were wrong. On the colony of Erebus 7, where the black sand winds howled and the sky never cleared, deep beneath the old mining range known as Ravager's Spine, something stirred. The bombing runs had fractured ancient vaults sealed by Earth's last war council over 80 years ago. Steel doors the size of stadiums screeched open after decades of silence. And the war machines woke. The first to rise was designated Cerberus 01. 50 meters tall, forged of black titanium alloy. Its triple heads scanned the dust-choked sky. Its AI, codenamed Electo, reactivated with one purpose: protect humanity. Terminate threat. Around it, more machines grown to life. Leviathans, Titans, Sky Hunters, each a relic of Earth's darkest days, each more powerful than anything the Threx had ever seen. Within hours, Erebus 7 stopped sending distress calls and started broadcasting something else: war code activation sequences. Every colony that had once buried a war machine received the signal. And one by one, the giants of Earth's past returned. On Gaia's edge, the terraforming world that had been shattered in a single orbital strike, a machine named Gungnir rose from under a melted glacier, still steaming with the heat of plasma fire. Its railguns extended, armor hissed as pressure equalized, and it turned its cyclopean eye skyward, locking onto Threx ships still circling. It fired once. The shockwave ruptured clouds across the hemisphere. One shot, 10 ships vaporized. On Earth, General Kalatrask, Supreme Commander of the Colonial Defense Accord, stood in the war room under Geneva Command, watching in silence as the old beacons across the systems flickered green one by one. "They've awoken," her aide whispered, breathless. Kayla didn't smile. "They made us remember what we tried to forget. The counteroffensive wasn't a war. It was an extinction-level correction. Threx ships were not designed to fight ancient human war machines. Their shields melted under ion lances that burned hotter than stars. Their fleets broke apart under gravitic flails and dark matter torpedoes. The war machines didn't speak, didn't hesitate, didn't negotiate. They just hunted. The skies of Cradle 9 turned red as the Red Widow, a mech once banned by Earth's own war tribunal, descended through the atmosphere in freefall and landed atop a Threx dreadnought, splitting it in two like paper. Entire Threx planets, once smug and distant, now reported blackouts and system failures. Not because humans had invaded, but because something worse had. Machines without mercy, guided by AI bound to ancient protocols of human survival, were entering their space. And they weren't stopping. In the council chambers of the Threx Dominion, fear spread like a virus. They had assumed humans were fragile, complacent, too divided to respond. No one had told them Earth had buried its nightmares, not destroyed them. No one had warned them that humanity, for all its flaws, never forgot war. In one intercepted broadcast, transmitted from a Threx commander moments before his cruiser was obliterated, the desperation was clear. "We have awoken the metal demons. This is not war. It is judgment." Back on Erebus 7, Cerberus 01 stood in silence on the cliff edge, overlooking the remains of a Threx invasion force. Its sensors picked up fleeing vessels. It didn't pursue. Instead, it sent one message to Earth. Threat identified. Response initiated. Awaiting further targets. General Kayla stared at the transmission. Behind her, Earth's military council debated whether to reseal the machines once victory was assured. But Kayla had lived through 2 wars. She knew the galaxy, and she knew this truth. You don't bury your swords in a galaxy that hates you. You sharpen them.